Hello, good evening and a warm welcome to the channel of the champions Celtic TV on Wednesday the 29th of July. It is match day once again here in paradise with Celtic welcoming Azerbaijani champions Qarabag in the third round of the UEFA Champions League qualifying ties. And joining me in the commentary position for tonight's game is someone who has represented Celtic on the European stage and at the highest level, former Celtic captain Stephen McManus. Stephen, a warm welcome here to paradise once again.
And hopefully again Celtic will get a positive result. It's going to be a step up in class tonight, but I've no doubt Celtic are going to be good enough to get through to the next round.
Well, we're looking at the team warming up here tonight, and as we know, Mick, it's not going to be as easy as perhaps it was against Yarnan. The manager admitting this is a step up in class here against tonight's opponents.
As you know, they'll come here full of confidence. You know, they've got good experience in Europe. Last year they had success in the Europa, finishing third in their group. So they're certainly going to come here. They're going to be full of confidence. I'd imagine they'll set up hard to beat first and foremost. They look to play in the counter attack, but Celtic need to be positive. You know, they've went with Nadir Sifty up top, and hopefully he can break his duck tonight and get a few goals.
Well, the manager has been speaking recently this week, Mick, about the preparations going into this game against Qarabag, and we can now catch up with a relaxed sounding Celtic manager, Ronnie Dyler.
So Ronnie, how are you feeling night before the big game?
I'm feeling very well. I'm really looking forward to the game. Big test for us, and it's going to be at home at Celtic Park, so I'm excited.
A test specifically in what way? What kind of test?
The test is that we meet a very good team that have good results in Europe from last year, and we had the same in the Europe League. So it's going to be two teams who want to come to Champions League. We're going to meet each other, and that's exciting times, of course.
What have you learned from? I gather you've been studying match action from Qarabag. What have you learned specifically about how they play?
They're a good team, and as I have to say team. They also have individuals, but most is the team and the offensive play. A lot of penetration, a lot of opposite movements in the last third of the pitch, and also very high with their fullbacks and have relations on the side. So this is things we have to do good defensively, but in the end it's about us. We know what's important about Qarabag, and we have to take respect them and be good defense in that way. But we are at the Celtic Park, and we want to have the pressure in this game and show them that it's not easy to come there.
Do you feel you've had enough time and enough footage to watch of Qarabag to have a real understanding of what you're going to be up against?
Yes, we are very good prepared, and we know what's coming up, and the players know as well. But again, we always have to be good prepared in the opponent. But it's what we have done now for 1 year. That's what we have to do to tomorrow as well. We have to play on our strength and get the strength in our team into the match tomorrow, and then also have some of us idea of what the opponent is doing and deal with that.
So the thoughts there of the Celtic manager Ronnie Dyler looking ahead to tonight's tie against Qarabag. And we do have team news for you, as Mick touched upon. First and foremost, Nadir Chifchi is the man that's leading the line, but here is it Celtic 11 in this also crucial match in Celtic's European journey. So starting in goal for Celtic is Craig Gordon, with a flat back four, first and foremost of Mikael Lustig, Dedrick Boyata, Virgil van Dijk and Emilio Izagirre. The holding midfield two is the Celtic captain Scott Brown and Nir Baton. Then from right to left is Stuart Armstrong, Stefan Johansson and Gary Mackay-Steven. Playing up top is Nadir Chifchi. On the bench for the boys is Logan Bailey, Effie Ambrose, Lee Griffiths, Chris Commons, Tom Nojic, Sadie Yanko and James Forrest. Mick, if I can get your thoughts on that first 11, the interesting one of course is the manager giving that confidence to Nadir Chifchi to lead the line tonight in such a big game.
Yeah, I think we spoke about it last week as well, Kenny. You know, the threat that Nadir Sifty brings, you know, when he plays as a lone striker up front. His work rate last week was excellent, his hold-up play was good, and I think he's a wee bit... sometimes I feel he's trying too hard and the ball's coming in the box to get that first goal, but listen, Lee Griffiths will be bitterly disappointed that he's not playing, but it's a brilliant weapon to have on the bench to bring on. You know, you can change it and go two up top, you can bring Lee Griffiths on, you know he's a goal threat, and I think he can be he'll be extremely disappointed, but I think he seems the type that will just get on with it. You've also got Chris Commons coming back that gives you a goal threat, so I'm pleased that he's went with Nadir Shifty. As a striker, it shows you that bit of faith that he's got in him.
Also, in terms of the support and getting goals tonight, you've got two very experienced players who've really settled into life at Celtic Park since their arrival in January, and Gary Mackay-Steven, of course, and Stuart Armstrong. They know Nadir Shifty's game, and they're going to be bringing that relations to Celtic Park.
Yeah, listen, I think when you come from a provincial club to Celtic, everybody's looking, there's question marks over you instantly without realising it. Can you handle it? Can you handle stepping up to this stage? Can you handle playing in front of the crowd, the demands for your teammates? And I think the two of them have come in and done tremendously well. Gary Mackay-Stevens has really surprised me. I think he's took to it straight away. He's gave you that spark. He's direct. He's creative, and he's also added a lot. He's added goals to his game, which I think for a wide players, it's sometimes they lack that wee bit of end product. But Gary Mackay-Stevens came in and he's been terrific.
Now, also news today as well, if we go further back through the Celtic team, is of course Craig Gordon signing a brand new contract that will keep him here at Celtic Park until 2018, which I think the Celtic support will certainly be delighted with. Steve, you know Craig very well, of course, when it comes to Scotland duties as well. He's a fantastic goalkeeper. Coming back to Celtic, I don't think anyone would have imagined how well it's went for him.
He was so unfortunate, you know, to get through the tough times that he had with his injuries. And what you find in football is sometimes people forget about you very quickly when you're not in the limelight, when you're not playing. And Craig kind of had that, you know. He went 2 years, a year and a half, maybe 2 years without playing regular football. Everybody kind of forgot about him at times, you know. But I think the people that know Craig, they know his qualities as a goalkeeper, but more importantly, his qualities as a person. He's very driven, he's very focused, he's very, very professional, and I'm delighted that he signed this contract because he deserves it, you know. And as nowadays, with the way sports science is, the way people look after themselves, a goalkeeper's, it's 35 years of age, certainly isn't. It's not as old as what it sounds when you consider an outfield player, and that's what age Craig will be when the contract's up. So you never know, he could play for another couple of years after that, but he's been top class since he's coming here.
Absolutely. Now, Craig Gordon will be here, of course, till 2018, and hopefully many more seasons like his debut one here at Celtic Park. But remember, you can get in touch with us here in the comments position on Celtic TV. Comments at celticfc.com is how you get in touch via email, or at Celtic TV on Twitter. And of course, you can use the Ask Mick hashtag if you want to put your questions to the former Celtic captain sat to my right hand side. Now, the teams are just about to make their way onto the field just now, Mick, and we're going to have a quick look at our opponents tonight. Qarabag, the manager's mentioned it's going to be a step up in class, and they are the Azerbaijani champions. A couple of players who he's picked out has been the ones that are particularly dangerous. I think the striker Ronaldo is the one that really does stand out, of course, because he was the top scorer in the Azerbaijan League 2 years ago at a real tricky time with injury last season, but he's been the man the manager's really picked out as the danger man for Qarabag.
Yeah, certainly I don't know an awful lot about them, but when you look at the experience they gained in the Europa League last year, you know, they're coming here with a good pedigree. And what you find is that we spoke about it last week as well, Kenny. Players, it's their mentality. How do they handle big occasions? How do they handle a hostile environment? Do they thrive on it? Do they fold on it? And that's what Qarabag will be looking for. The manager will be looking for them. Can they stay composed in possession? Can they move the ball at a tempo? And can they be hard to break down for Celtic? And then they'll have quality in the final. When you get to this stage in the Champions League and the qualifiers, they've got end product. These teams have got end product. They've got good creative players in the wider areas that can look to penetrate and to look to hurt you.
Well, one of the things that they did manage last season, they defeated Red Bull Salzburg, who I'm sure anyone will look back to that game versus Celtic. They are a very commendable side indeed, with some very good players. Qarabag have to be pretty decent to have overcome them, but I think what was interesting, the manager also pointed out that having the first leg here at Celtic Park, that it does have that special atmosphere about it. Mick, you know this better than most, and it really is up to Celtic to make Qarabag have that fright in them when it comes to playing here.
Yeah, listen, the first 15-20 minutes are going to be key. The way Ronnie Dyler likes to set up his Celtic teams is all action. Can they win the ball high up the pitch? Can they press for the front? If you like, it's the first 5 yards, the first 5 seconds, can you win the ball high up the pitch? If they can do that, it puts Qarabag in the back foot, and then Celtic can get on the ascendancy.
Well, you've heard the shout go out there. It is time to welcome the Celtic players onto the field in just a moment or so, and they will certainly be up for that game. Of course, if you have just joined us here, it's Craig Gordon who's starting for Celtic tonight. A back four of Mikael Lustig, Dedrick Beata, Virgil van Dijk and Emilio Zagiri. The holding midfield two is Scott Brown and Mir Breton. From right to left there is Stuart Armstrong, Stefan Johansson and Gary Mackay-Stephen, and up top is Nadir Chifchi. A quick mention as well for the defensive union that we have here, of course, Mick, but Dedrick Boyata, he is literally taken to life at Celtic like a duck to water.
I think about anybody that knows quite about him, you know, they were expecting that to happen. Jason Denier came last year at 19-year-old. He had pace, he was good in the ball, but he'd never really experienced first team football. With Dedrick Boyata, what you've got is you've got somebody who's older, he's got more experience. He's been at Man City for a few years, so he's been involved in that environment of winning big football matches. Whether he's been playing, whether he's been in the squad, he's working with top class players. And to be at the age that he's at, you don't get to a club like Man City unless you're of a high quality. He's came here and in the last game there against Stirling, you know, he was very composed, very assured, and he doesn't look the type who's going to take chances. He's going to look to forge a formidable partnership with Virgil van Dijk, who hopefully for Celtic fans he's going to stay.
Absolutely. So Dedrick Boyata there already formed a successful partnership with Virgil van Dijk, and I think that's something the manager hopefully build from the back as well when it comes to moving forward. Of course, Craig Gordon there, he'll be dictating in front to Dedrick Boyata and of course to Virgil van Dijk. We're going to have a quick look around another couple of players here just as we await the arrival of the team, but someone I think who has enjoyed a fairly successful pre-season, more about fitness than anything else though, and someone who of course is looking to kick on, is the reigning Celtic Player of the Year, Stefan Johansson. He'll be playing just behind Nadir Chifchi. And Mick, if I can get your thoughts on this one as well. Nadir Chifchi is known for his hold-up play. Do you feel that will benefit Stefan Johansson, having someone who can really take the ball in and create that sort of space for him to run on?
He's not your typical number 10, Stefan Johansson. I think that's the one thing. When you watch Celtic last year, you know, he's not the type, he's not a Lubomir Moravcik. He's no one that will look to get into pockets and look to create things. He threatens by running in behind. If Nadir Chifchi comes short to hold the ball up, you need a threat in behind, and Stefan Johansson brings that. He's also the one defensively who leads the press. He's the one that any ball goes sideways across the pitch, he's the one that triggers everything. You need a trigger, and Stefan Johansson gives you that with his high energy and his added goals, which again for a midfielder is worth their weight in gold.
And with that, the Celts are joined on the field here by their opponents Qarabag in their all-black kit. Celtic, of course, wearing the green and white hoops here as the captains lead the exchanges of handshakes. Number 14, Rashad Sarigov, the Qarabag captain, going through there, meaning with the Celtic captain, Scott Brown. And when it comes to having a player in your side you want on European nights, Mick, you'll know this, of course, Scott Brown is the man who leads right from the middle of the park.
Scott, he's now of an age now where he's played in a lot of big games, he's experienced, he enjoys them, he thrives on them. But when you look at Celtic's squad now, you know, even guys like Virgil van Dijk, you've got Craig Gordon, all the way through the spine of your team. It's experienced players, and at any team, whether it's you're playing at this level, at domestic level, you need your experienced players to be on top of their game. You know, you need them to be the ones that are driving it, whether it's in training, whether it's in games, because one thing you can guarantee over the course of a game, you're going to get through a time where the opposition's going to dominate, and they're your big players, they're your big characters that you need to stand up and to lead and to get things moving again.
Well, Celtic having just completed their obligatory pre-match photograph there, and we all know what's coming next. It's time for the huddle, and I will say it's an absolutely glorious evening here in Glasgow, a perfect night for football. The pitch here at Paradise is absolutely perfect, easy for me to say, and it's Qarabags just get themselves accustomed to Celtic Park, and with the greatest respect to their opponents tonight, Mick, they'll have not experienced anything like this, I'm sure.
Well, listen, Celtic fans have got a big part to play, you know, and people should never underestimate how powerful the supporters can be, especially in nights like this. You know, there's nothing better when you can hear the fans really getting behind the side, because it does give you that lift. Even if you're playing against opposition that's better than yourself, it might be a Man United or whatever, but when you hear the roar of the crowd, it really gets you going, and it's something that'll never leave you once you've been here.
Well, you can hear the applause ripple and hit a crescendo there as Celtic break out of the huddle. It is Celtic versus FK Qarabag in the UEFA Champions League third qualifying round. It will be Celtic to get us going here, shooting from left to right as they always do. And Celtic looking to get a victory here to take into that away tie. And it will be Chifchi and Johansson to get us going as the scarves are held aloft. The referee just checks his watch, a look to the officials as well. And with that, we're good to go here in Paradise. Celtic in their usual 4-2-3-1 formation. We'll see exactly what Qarabag bring to the table in terms of attacking or more likely defensive intent here. An early touch for Stuart Armstrong all the way back to Virgil van Dijk, and no real surprises. Qarabag dropping very deep. It is the number 9 Ronaldo who's most furthest forward for the visitors here. He's just supported off the back there by Danny Quintana, but it's Celtic on the attack here through Izagiri, pulls it down the line. Armstrong gives chase and gets the ball. Good running there from the number 14, just couldn't quite keep it in play.
Again, it's a good start for Celtic, similar to last week. You know, Stuart Armstrong's looking to run in behind, forcing Qarabag's back four, back the pitch. You know, you want Celtic to get in their half nice and early, keep the pressure on them and don't let them out.
Touch there from Beaton allows Ronaldo a brief touch of the ball as he's brushed aside by Virgil van Dijk, and the ball's worked infield now to Armstrong. The ball's still in play. Quick feet from Johansson inside left channel, just blocked out with too many black jerseys. It's back to Izagiri. Izagiri early ball into middle, knocked away. And at the second time of asking, clear to the halfway line, but you could hear that ripple of applause and that roar go around the ground as Celtic mounted another attack here. The cross-field ball from Van Dijk to this near side. Mackay Stephen beaten in the air. It's back down and played out to the near side. Tagashev to bring it forward. Danced away from 1-2 Celtic players, but not from Scott Brown. Battling from the captain there once again. Infield now to Stuart Armstrong, helped on, but a deflection takes it away, and behind, in fact, Emilio Izagiri. Back to Virgil van Dijk, now to Dedrick Boyata, to this near side. Boyata approaches the halfway line, looks left, looks right, finds Lustig. Lustig, ball forward's a good one, he's picked out Johansson inside right channel. Early ball was deflected, and it's into the arms of Sehek, the Qarabag goalkeeper. Good running from Johansson.
Yeah, he does that really, really well. You know, we spoke about it earlier about how he finds space, but sometimes the best space is to push the back four for Qarabag back, and you can see that with his penetrating runs that he likes to burst forward. And a lovely through ball there from Mikael Lustig, and unfortunately it just broke down. But again, really good start from Celtic.
Qarabag back in possession here for perhaps the first time in the game here. It's knocked infield, enjoying a couple of passes as the whistles go round Celtic Park. Celtic compact in midfield, aiming to frustrate their opponents here. Helped on again to this near side. Sadigov, the captain, plays it to the halfway line. The ball knocked to this near side. Lustig, quick feet and fouled in the process. And a goalie really couldn't do too much about that one. And you can see Celtic look like they've done their homework on Qarabag, because they're making it very compact and restricting the number 10, in particular Danny Quintana, to very few touches, very few space indeed.
Yeah, listen, you can see they're very comfortable in possession. Qarabag, their wide players step off the line in good areas. You know, they're looking to find space, and you can see they're not overawed by the situation whatsoever. They're very compact, but in possession, very, very composed.
Ball over the top, brought down well by Chichi, cushioned it down into the path of Johansson, whose touch just takes it away though from Stuart Armstrong. The break is led here by El Jadouhi to the far side. He's trying to get around Virgil van Dijk, and that is a excellently timed challenge by the Dutchman.
Yeah, Emilio Izagiri caught up the pitch. You know, as centre halves, you don't like to be in the areas there, but I think that's one of the strengths of Virgil van Dijk. His presence, his strength, his pace. Very, very good tackle.
The ball out for a throw in at the far side of the field for Qarabag. Taken quickly, Quintana on the ball. Dances away from Beaton, helps it infield, goes for the 1-2, and just knocked out into touch by El Jadouhi. It will be a throw in here to Celtic at the far side of the field. Still with an opening 5 minutes here. Both sides trying to get a measure of each other, but that's given back to Qarabag. Early ball into the middle. Half cleared by Boyata. Quintana tries to run away from Gary Mackay-Steven. That's good work there from the number 16, although he's played it back in field. Dangerous times there. And a solid challenge from Scott Brown. He's held up for the foul there, but Richard Almeida went to ground. A little bit easy if you ask me.
Yeah, good tackle there I felt for Scott Brown. You know, he's not allowing the number 20 to settle in possession. You know, he's getting up against it, giving the back four time to squeeze the game. Unfortunately, the boy just felt a bit of contact in his back and hits the deck.
So a challenge from the set play here. It's to be taken by the number 9, Ronaldo. A chance for an in-swing here. Celtic line up on the 18-yard line. Boyata and Van Dijk organise. Beaton's back there as well, as is the Celtic captain Scott Brown, just keeping his eye over his shoulder for the number 10, Danny Quintana. Scott Brown. Hands aloft, hit by Ronaldo. And deflected off the wall, in fact, for a corner.
A bit ambitious there for that distance, you know, when you see your centre forward going out to take a free kick for 35 yards, you know, you're 30 yards, you know what's coming, but I think he got out of jail there by hitting the wall, because I think it was going miles away there, and it puts him in a difficult position, Celtic here.
Corner here for Qarabag into the middle. It's not the way at the front post, falls out as far, still not clear, launched back into the middle. Craig Gordon lets that drift past, and it's out for a goal kick to Celtic, and back to that free kick, as you rightly said there, Nick. It was a bit ambitious to say the least. That's commentator speak for a bit daft, to be brutally honest. You'd have to do something pretty spectacular to beat Craig Gordon from that sort of distance. And goal kick by the man that's signed on up until 2018 now. Fantastic news for the Celtic support. Hugely popular since his arrival here. As the Celtic support get into full voice. The ball knocked forward and nodded back down by Van Dijk. And all the way back to Dedrick Boyata on his own 18-yard line.
They don't seem the biggest side, Qarabag. You know, you feel as if set pieces Celtic could have the real upper hand here. You know, they're happy, Qarabag, just to keep in their shape, but they don't seem the biggest.
There's Dedrick Boyata and Mikael Lustig. And I think when Lustig's up against the number 77, Javid Tagevi, you can see the height difference there.
Yeah.
It's back here for Scott Brown. Quick feet from the captain. He's brought to the ground. Nothing from the referee. Play continues. Quintana to Ronaldo. He tried to switch her out, but it's cut out by Izagiri. Van Dijk plays it forward to Johansson. Celtic turning defence into attack. Brown now. Quick feet. Drives infield. The captain's away from two Qarabag players. He's looking for an option. He finds Johansson. Johansson, middle of the Celtic half. Forward now to Stuart Armstrong. Armstrong lifts it up to the edge of the area. He was looking for Gary Mackay-Steven. It's nodded away, dealt with quite comfortably there, in fact, by a goalie. But the counter attack from Qarabag is cut out by Dedrick Boyata, who looks like he's hurt himself in the process. He's down on the ground just now. It was well read, in fact, by the number 20, and I think he should be getting to his feet in just a second or so, but
he's just
a sore one.
Stepped in front, you know. Ronaldo's looking to spin him in behind, but Dedrick Boyata stepped in well. You know, you're always worried when you see a centre half going down like that. But hopefully he'll be all right. He's holding his groin there, but he looks to have recovered.
Throw in then for Qarabag at this near side. It's down the line, back to the central defender and the captain, Rashad Sadigov. Play out to the far side. Armstrong presses and the ball forward. Sees another touch by El Jadoué. Back again for Qarabag to try and build from the back.
You can see how comfortable they are in possession. You know, the wide players are giving them great width. Ronaldo then drops to into the kind of number 10 role, so that he's kind of playing as a false number 9, you know. But it's always hard because the wide players are looking to spring in behind, as you see there with the 67, looking to get in behind. I'll let you try and explain that name, Kenny, because I'm not even taking a try at that.
Well, that was the running of Alrad El Jadoué, who's up against Emilio Izagiri. But I think you're absolutely right, though, Stephen, because they're trying to switch play here. They're going to the far reaches of it here, but that's the sort of thing that Emilio Izagiri coaches her quite well, that high ball over the top. Ball cleared forward once again.
You can see the difference in class between Starnham and Qarabag so far. You know, this is probably as hard a game as Celtic will play so far.
As Izagiri knocks it all the way back to Virgil van Dijk. And that is something the manager has touched on already, Mick, where he said Qarabag are a step up, and you can just see that in the early stages of this game. But in the meantime, Celtic on the attack again. Scott Brown plays it to this near side, just behind Gary Mackay-Steven. He gets the applause from the wide man. Just times his run a little bit too keen to get too far forward.
That's the one thing Celtic need to be aware of when they've got when they play with the four forward players. You know, you don't want to follow them to be in a line across the pitch there. You know, Gary Mackay-Steven's too eager to make a run in behind. Stefan Johansson had already made that run. You want him just to hold his line there, hold his run.
Well, Danny Quintana's picked up play for Qarabag on the centre circle to Almeida, and now out to the right hand side. Qarabag out to El Jadoué, the number 67. He's up against Emilio Izagiri. Early ball into the middle, sliced by Boyata, but into the arms of Craig Gordon. I think that caught you by the surprise as well, because it was sliced by the Belgian, but as it was into the arms of Craig Gordon. A good early ball there that time from El Jadoué. He moved it onto his other foot, tried to get the early ball in towards Ronaldo.
But even you can see there, you know, as soon as the wide player, the number 77, steps in the pitch, you know, the left back there for Qarabag's giving you that width, you know, which is it's very hard to play against. If they're patient in possession, Celtic need to make sure when they win possession, the first pass is key. They need to keep momentum, they need to start dominating possession here.
Touch here by Tagiev, tried to work it infield again to Quintana, who's just dropping that a little bit deeper to try and create the space, but in the meantime Celtic are having to be more defensive against this Qarabag side. I'll break down this near side. Almeida into the middle, far too much on it, was looking for the reverse on it of Tagiev. Craig Gordon out to collect, Ronnie Dyler at the sidelines there, willing his side forward. Perhaps allowing Qarabag too much time on the ball just now, but in the meantime Celtic concentrate on their own attacks. Boyata brings it forward, infield to Beaton. Beaton head up looking for the pass forward, Chiefchi makes a shout for it, it's left instead to Lustig and back again to Boyata. Like 10 minutes here of this UEFA Champions League third round qualifying tie. It is Celtic now, Qarabag now. No real chances for either side here as they try to get the measure of each other. Scott Brown has it 25 yards from goal, into mid looking for Chiefchi, just timed his run up. Bit too keen again. Ball back out here for the counter attack as Chiefchi comes back to help out the defenders. It's down the line here by Ronaldo, he's up against Boyata. Boyata back to Craig Gordon. And Craig Gordon just helps it on, takes the time, takes the space. And that's a huge part of Craig Gordon's game, perhaps not highlighted as much, so he's very comfortable with the ball at his feet.
Absolutely, you know, he's very, very composed in possession, very calm. He gives you that. The one thing with Craig Gordon is you want your goalkeeper to bring calmness to the full team, and Craig Gordon does that in abundance, you know. But again, Dedrick Boyata, excellent positioning, good strength, good pace, good reading of the game, and then good composure. You know, when the 2v1 at the back there, you want one in front, one behind, and more power and up. So far, so good for Celtic's back two.
Back to Virgil van Dijk. He squares it infield to Dedrick Boyata. And just see how compact Qarabag are as soon as they lose the ball. It's just Ronaldo who's just inside the centre circle. In the meantime, Celtic trying to attack for Emilio Zagiria. Ball forward from Scott Brown. Honduran gives chase, but too much on at that time. And one thing the manager did highlight ahead of this game, you know, looking at the arrival of the visitors, that they're a very well-drilled team, and you can see that from these early stages. Yeah,
you can see them. You know, there's not much space in behind for Shifty or Johansson to run in behind. So that's where you need to move the ball from side to side quicker. And I think so far Celtic have gave possession away too frequently at times. You know, Scott Brown's in the final third there. His quality of pass has got to be better. Emilio Zagiria, for me, has got to get forward quicker. You know, as soon as Stuart Armstrong drifts into the pocket to affect the right back, the full back must give you the width, and he's got to be playing higher up the pitch and then get the ball forward quicker.
Armstrong collects possession, gets it back. Early ball into Gary Mackay-Steven, takes a touch, just taken away from him. That was an important interception there by Rashad Sarigov, because that was the first time Gary Mackay-Steven really peeled off the flanks and created a little bit of space there.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, lovely ball again from Stuart Armstrong. And unfortunately, Gary Mackay-Steven's touch just let him down at the crucial moment. Again, this is where you want Celtic to be winning the ball back in the middle of the pitch. You know, Scott Brown's locking on, near Beaton's locking on. You want to win the ball high up the pitch.
It's Beaton in possession just now, knocks it forward to Emilio Zagiria, and back again to the Israeli right on the halfway line. Boyata now takes over at the near side. Out to Lustig here on the flank. Lustig, quick feet, just no real options forward. Back to Boyata and infield again to Beaton. Beaton on the centre circle. Beaton looks for the option forward. Chiefchi's there, as is Armstrong. Armstrong off the flank, takes a touch now to Brown, to this near side. Lustig steps infield, back to Brown. Brown just surrounded by black jerseys. Although he walks it to Johansson, Johansson lifts it in for Chiefchi. Chiefchi tries to take a touch, didn't realise there was a Qarabag defender behind him. And as the ball's knocked out into touch here, well, you can hear that.
Good pressure again for Stefan Johansson, trying to keep the ball in the Qarabag half. You know, you want to put them under pressure, make them go long, where you've got strength in numbers and Virgil van Dijk and Dedrick Boyata.
Well, that could have been the best chance perhaps of the game. Following on from that Gary Mackay-Steven half chance, but Chiefchi just didn't realise perhaps there was a player at his back. This is better from Celtic. They're getting the ball down and working it into the spaces. As Lustig is in possession just now. Lustig though, fouled, and that's a silly foul in fact by Tagiev, the left winger for Qarabag. Free kick taken quickly by the Celts here. Beaton infield now to Virgil van Dijk. Van Dijk out wide now to Izagiri. Izagiri goes to the 1-2. Armstrong elects to knock it back to Van Dijk. Beaton, early ball forward, cut out at the vital moment there. Not a bad idea. Bissonov just had to take the touch, and he's almost getting himself into danger here. Back to his goalkeeper. Celtic continue to press through Chiefchi. The ball forward is cut out by Lustig though. Lustig infield to Brown. Brown back to Beaton. This is better from Celtic. They're mopping up possession well as a ripple of applause goes round Celtic Park here. Celtic have the confidence. Beaton looks for the pass forward, leaves it for Boyata. Now Van Dijk. Almost every single player inside the Qarabag half here as Van Dijk switches it to this near side. Lustig's there. Nods it back to Scott Brown. And all the way back to Craig Gordon. Just allows Qarabag to get out for a few seconds, create some space. Van Dijk forward to Stuart Armstrong. Beaton.
Again, there we see the three strikers, you know, the three of them on the same line, you know. Stefan Johansson's just dropped in just now. You need to move them, you need to try and move them out of their position that they're in as a back four.
Beaton trying to get forward, just so much traffic in front of him there. And then the break is led here. El Jadouhi knocks out to this near side. A touch here for Tagiev. Can he get the ball in the middle? Inside left channel. Tagiev for Qarabag. Can he get shot away? Beaton recovers. Good tackle by the Israeli. And it's out to Gary Mackay-Steven. Stefan Johansson has his pocket picked off. And Beaton. The epitome of composure there. But Celtic are on the attack once again. Chiefs out wide. Steps infield onto his right. Looks the ball forward. Johansson's there. He's left it instead for Beaton. Back to Chiefchi. Back to Brown. This is better from Celtic. Brown lifts it over the top, looking for Mikael Lustig. A poor ball though by the captain, and allows Qarabag to get back into possession. That was a glorious bit of play there by Nir Beton, and so was that from Stefan Johansson, winning the ball back from Qarabag. Over the top, looking for Stuart Armstrong, takes a touch in the box. It's into the arms of the goalkeeper.
Great run for Stuart Armstrong there. You know, that's what we've spoken about last week as well. As soon as Nadir Shifty looks to drop short, you need to have a threat in behind. Stuart Armstrong does it really well. That's where the problems have been so far. Both Stefan Johansson and Nadir Shifty are coming short to look cut off the midfield. One of them must go long to create that space, and that number 10 to get on the ball so you can dominate possession.
Well, you got the feeling that period of play from Celtic was really kick-started by those two interceptions from Nir Beton. He really won those two midfield battles there and really get the ball forward. That's a huge thing from Nir Beton.
Massive, you know. I think that's the one thing that Nir Beton gives. He gives good energy to win the ball back, but as soon as he wins possession back, he always looks to play forward, which is great. You know, if you're going to counter a counter-attack, if you like, you must look forward early.
You know, Celtic press in packs here. It's all the way back to the Qarabag goalkeeper, Chiefchi. Tries to close him down. His clearance is almost placed right on the head of Virgil van Dijk. Celtic just winning the balls back here. Beaton dances over the ball, turns and faces. Back to Scott Brown though. And Beaton, from a subdued start, has really sprung to life in this game. Celtic though are attacking down the middle with Boyata here. Boyata strides forward, leaves it to this near side. Johansson inside right channel, finds Gary Mackay-Steven, tries to dance away from two Qarabag players. Johansson gives chase. It's Qarabag who are in possession though. The ball knocked infield, a touch there from Danny Quintana, and a foul given it against Stuart Armstrong. And that was actually quick feet, in fairness, by the Azerbaijanis number 10.
Very comfortable in possession, Quintana. You know, you can see there in a defensive third, Qarabag, and they're looking to play out. Nothing panicking about them. You know, they're just looking to play out, nice and composed in possession.
Qarabag back in possession again. And again, just measured here from the visitors. They don't want to attack too quickly and caught out at the back, because I think they can see exactly what Celtic are all about here. High pressing. It's out to the far side. Now Jadouhi faces Izagiri. Finds space though to work it infield. Almeida on the halfway line screams for it. It's left though, the captain has it. Sadigov.
Just need to be aware. 67 and 77 I think is Jadouhi and Taginev. You know, they're picking up intelligent positions in behind Scott Brown and near Beaton. You know, I think they need to make sure they don't lose possession, because they can look to punish you in behind there. It's really, really dangerous in that pocket in behind Celtic's midfield.
Well, that's something the manager did highlight, that the wide players do like to drift infield, and in fairness, very similar to the way Celtic set up and play.
Yeah, but and it's at this level, you know, if intelligent players find intelligent positions, you know, and that's why it's so key to keep possession. You know, you need to have your head in a swivel, if you like, looking what's round about you all the time.
The ball forward from Quintana, though, is cut out well by Gary Mackay-Stephen. He helps it infield to Stefan Johansson. The ball all the way back to Ronaldo, just at this near side in the inside right channel. The ball knocked forward to Chiefchi. Chiefchi spins away on the half-field and he's driving forward at this near side. Stuart Armstrong makes a charge at the far post, although it's an important interception, a temporary one at that. Chiefchi has it back into the middle. The ball delayed and picked up by the captain right on top of his goalkeeper, and did the sensible thing, knocked it off Stefan Johansson out for a goal kick. But that's what we've been waiting on for Nadir Chiefchi. He made that break down this near side here. He just could really see there was a couple of Qarabag players, that were just a little bit caught out of position. That was better from the top.
The way they're playing, they get their two wide players very, very high, and their full-backs stay wide as well, which if you can win possession in Nadir Sifty, he's going to have loads of space to get 1v1 with the left centre-back if he can isolate himself in this channel. I think that's where Celtic can get a bit of joy.
Yeah, Chiefs using his strength there to good effect. I'd imagine that's why the managers chose to play him tonight there. He's a real asset in terms of that up front. Nadir Chiefchi. And it is Johansson and Chiefchi that press here for Celtic. Husanov was the man that came across. There was in fact the captain Sadigov who got spun there. In the meantime, Qarabag are knocking it between the two central defenders. Chiefchi gives chase, still deep in their own half. The ball forward to half-field line's helped on. It's only picked out by Gary Mackay-Stephen on the half-field line. Goes forward to Chiefchi. Chiefchi spins, helps it forward to Johansson. Johansson tries to knock it out. He's surely fouled in the process, but inside left channel. Stuart Armstrong picks up possession, back down the line to Izagiri. Infield now to Scott Brown in the centre of the visitors' half. To his left-hand side he finds Boyata. Now Beaton back to Boyata, now to Beaton once again. Beaton looks for the ball forward, sees it to the edge of it. It's a great run, and Gary Mackay-Stephen just caught slightly offside there. The right idea, the right pass.
But again, Kenny, we spoke about it there with the left back, how high he pushes on forward. The right back's the exact same, and they leave the two centre backs isolated in the middle of the pitch. The holding midfielder is the number 2, Gariev. He sits in front, look to protect, but if Stuart Armstrong can burst his neck to break that in between the right back and the right centre back, you will get success out of possession. It has to be done at a pace, it has to be done quick.
Qarabag play it forward here, and with 22 minutes on the clock, they'll be fairly happy with how the games went so far. Celtic restricted to a few half chances. Celtic will continue to wear down their opponents like we've seen them do so often last season in the SPFL Scottish Premiership. And you'll be joining us, of course, on Celtic TV for the curtain raiser of the new season. Celtic against Ross County, better known here around Celtic Park as Flag Day. And Celtic celebrate 4 in a row. Nadir Chiefchi in possession just now, knocks it out to the far side. And it's all the way back now to Virgil van Dijk and Dedrick Boyata. Really the two Celtic players who have the most space as Ronnie Dyler takes to his feet to will his side forward. Beaton has it. Forward to this near side, Gary Mackay-Stephen. Out to Lustig, quick feet from Celtic. Mackay-Stephen 20 yards from goal. Shot from Mackay-Stephen, parried by the goalkeeper. Saved at the second attempt. And just like that, Celtic spring to life. It was neat passing an inside right channel from Johansson and Gary Mackay-Stephen. And a fine shot from him.
Excellent. Gary Mackay-Stephen came alive. Ball come off the line. Good ball in for Mikael Lustig into Stefan Johansson. Great vision. Lovely soft touch to put it into Gary Mackay-Stephen. And unfortunately, just never caught the strike as sweetly as what he would have liked.
It was parried by the goalkeeper. And it was just perhaps a signal of intent of Gary Mackay-Stephen as he picks up the ball here, drifting infield, 30 yards from goal. What's it for a reverse ball for Chiefchi, slides, it's taken away from him and it's into the arms of the goalkeeper. You know, again, Celtic just seem to grow in confidence with every passing attack here, Mick.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you want the two forward players from Qarabag to be tracking back the full-backs. You want Mikael Lustig to be driving the wide player forward. You don't want him sitting back in his right back slot. You want the two full-backs giving you that width high up the pitch, which allows the two forwards, Mackay-Stephen and Stuart Armstrong, to drift in the pitch to go and link up play.
The ball launched forward by the goalkeeper and it's into the arms of Celtic's number 1, Craig Gordon. And again, Celtic build from the back once again. Scott Brown out to the far side, just inside the halfway point is Izagiri. Infield again to Scott Brown. Scott Brown back out to Izagiri. He's now midway inside the Qarabag half. Armstrong takes a touch, back to Scott Brown. He encourages Boyata to get forward. He helps it now to Lustig. Lustig steps off his touch, his byline, sorry, infield to Chiefchi. Chiefchi, 20 yards from goal. His second touch allowed Qarabag to recover. And it was the number 55, Husinov, who will be battling against Chiefchi throughout this game, you'd imagine. The ball out into touch now for a throw-in. Mikael Lustig to take this one at the near side. Lustig looks forward, gives it to Chiefchi. Almeida tries to pass the way out from the back.
Good pressure again.
Qarabag getting caught out there.
Yeah, Celtic keeping them hemmed in, which is good.
That was Gary Mackay-Stephen that was putting pressure on a goalie, the left back. And Qarabag are not perhaps used to having this type of pressure put on them as Scott Brown charges forward. A loose challenge by Quintana. The ball into middle is a deflected one, the keeper's up and he holds it. Well, I thought he was about to drop that one, but in fairness, he's held it at the second attempt.
Yeah, he doesn't look the most accomplished goalkeeper in the world to me. That's a couple of times he's fumbled it, you know, obviously he can put him under a bit of pressure. He'd be looking to do it, but again, I don't think that was a foul for me there.
Well,
good pressure again from Stuart Armstrong.
Well, that was Danny Quintana. Just got the ball and tried to step away from Stuart Armstrong, who with a sliding challenge, we all felt got the ball here, as you could hear by the reaction in Celtic Park, but Quintana done his best to sell it to the referee, who unfortunately has bought it on this occasion. Hopefully it's the first and last of those sort of antics, but in the meantime Qarabag get the ball moving once again. Pressure from Celtic as soon as any player in a black jersey touches it. And it's almost instantly snapped up by a player in the green and white hoops, and Beaton takes over now in the centre circle. Beaton high ball over the top for Johansson. It's a good one. It's touched here by the central defender and he got away with that one. That was a lucky one as it came off the back of his head.
He's done unbelievably well, because again the goalie's just coming into no man's land, giving him no information whatsoever, and the boy's done incredibly well. A backwards header, bit unorthodox I would imagine.
Celtic back in possession once again. It's wave after wave of attack here. Brown plays it to the left hand side. Well, you could see exactly what he was trying to do. They tried to knock it out for the run. If Stuart Armstrong just played too far in front of him.
Yeah, but again, it's got to be better quality in the final third. You know, that Qarabag, when they're hemmed in, it's got to be better quality of pass in the final third. That's what's letting Celtic down at the minute.
I do get the sense that Celtic just have to make this level of possession count, because they're really dictating the pace of the game. Qarabag fairly limited in terms of attacks here, but it just is that final third, as you said, Mick, can really make that count.
Yeah, listen, all it is patience. It's having a bit of patience. Milo Ezegiri's got to make his movement quicker, a bit earlier, and make Scott Brown's mind up. Scott Brown's got too much time to think on the ball. He's then forcing the pass.
Well, it's Qarabag who have the ball just now. And another feature of a lot of the teams that Celtic have played, being pre-season or the example of Stan, as soon as they have the ball, they try and slow down the pace of the game, but a goalie's got the ball now, tries to swing it into middle, deflector of Gary Mackay-Stephen. Celtic break here, infield to Stuart Armstrong. Armstrong with a great ball to the far side of the field. He's picked out Chiefchi, who's got space here. Husinov goes over to press, but inside left channel, Nadir Chiefchi takes him to the byline. Chiefchi can't get his cross in, dances over the ball, cross into middle now. Gary Mackay-Stephen, it's just deflected out and sails out. In fact, for a goal kick, it was Chiefchi who touched that one last, but again, that battle between Nadir Chiefchi and Badavi Husinov continues to rage. Yeah,
it's good movement for Nadir Sifty, lovely ball for Stuart Armstrong, and that's where Celtic, you can see how quickly they can turn an attack for Qarabag into an attack for Celtic. You know, good position for Stuart Armstrong again, ball fed out wide to Nadir Sifty, and he'll be looking to do a wee bit better with his final delivery.
The ball knocked forward there by Virgil van Dijk from the clearance. Celtic back in the attack. Stefan Johansson knocks it over the top. The goalkeeper came out there as Gary Mackay-Stephen gave chase.
Again, Celtic picking up the majority of second balls, which is good. It's keeping the pressure on. You can see Scott Brown's leading the kind of press with a high line with the back four, which is good. Nadir Beaton coming in as well. It's not giving them any room to time and play.
The ball knocked out to the far side this time. Still in their own half here. Qarabag trying to make some space down the line. It's not infield, in fact, for Ronaldo. El Jadoui's off the line. He's knocked it to this near side, inside left channel. Early shots, and it's just passed by Almeida. Well, it was a snapshot on the 18-yard line. It was high, it was wide, it was no real danger to Craig Gordon, but Qarabag showing they're still capable of trying to switch it on here.
Absolutely, you know, the warning signs are there. They're two wide players, you know, very, very good technically, very intelligent players, drift into good pockets. Celtic just need to be on their toes.
Well, with about 29 minutes, almost half an hour in fact gone here, that was the first real chance by number 20, Richard Almeida. There was no real danger to Craig Gordon. Celtic though really have to put more of a test on Ibrahim Sehic.
They're certainly not overawed playing at Parkhead, that's for sure. They're not overawed in the slightest playing here. They're looking to move the ball, they're looking, taking full advantage of how big the pitch is, confident in possession, good movement, good interchange of their front three and their rotation of their midfield three as well.
Ball knocked forward from Qarabag here. And he shouts around the ground for handball as Javid Tagevi brought that one down, but it's back in possession with Virgil van Dijk. He's about 5 to 10 yards inside his own half here. Moves it for Boyata. Celtic gradually make the move forward, led by Scott Brown, who's just making space, asking for the ball here. Boyata still has it though. And now to Van Dijk. Van Dijk looks out wide, steps infield again, looks for that crossfield pass. Compact are Qarabag. Beaton now. Beaton looks forward. Gary Mackay-Stevens peeled off this touchline. Space for Lustig, who's on the ball just now. Lustig.
Again, this is where Emilio Izaguirre, he's got to give you the width. You know, he's got to hug that touchline just now, and then he can get it quicker. That's better, getting it quicker.
Izaguirre takes over now. Goes for the 1-2 with Stuart Armstrong, and he goes to get to that byline, just couldn't quite reach it.
Just the end product again, like we've spoken about. When it's as compact as that in front of you, there's no space in behind. You must move the ball quickly. Your width must come for the fullbacks. If you've got Armstrong and Gary Mackay-Stevens, finding pockets that must come for Emilio Izaguirre, and the ball's got to get quicker. Once you're in that the wide areas, it's a touch and it's a deliver. Make the Qarabag back four work, make them defend crosses.
The ball over the top again from the back line is easily dealt with by Virgil van Dijk, and Celtic are back in possession. As the cursor of the commentator strikes back with Qarabag, and that's great skill in fact by Quintana. Danced away from Emilio Izaguirre, and Scott Brown exchanging a few tense words perhaps with the Qarabag number 10. In the meantime, Celtic are back in possession near Beton in the centre of the park. Carries it forward, looks for the ball wide, leaves it for Scott Brown on the halfway line. Helps it on to Izaguirre, he's found space at the far side. Izaguirre though works it back to Scott Brown. Scott Brown drives forward, he's caught up by Quintana, he's inside left channel, what's it back out, early ball in, and it's out for a corner here for Celtic, and that was better running there from Emilio Izaguirre.
Absolutely, you know, Scott Brown again does what he does really well. You know, he's quickened up the play, he's drove at the heart of Qarabag, committing players, which is great. Good ball wide, and again better ball from Emilio Izaguirre. This will be interesting. Celtic's first set piece, you know, again we're looking at it, not blessed with great height. Celtic could be dominant, good delivery, and you've got people hopefully who can get in the end of it.
Well, in the meantime, Scott Brown and the number 10 Danny Quintana having a few words with the referee, and I think already Scott Brown is firmly in the head of Danny Quintana, but it will be an in-swinging corner here from Stuart Armstrong at the far side of the field. Options in the middle, and from Armstrong early, it's punched by the goalkeeper, it falls out. Right back out to Stuart Armstrong, a second chance for delivery. Armstrong back into the middle, Boyata's there, nodded down but launched away by Qarabag as far as Stefan Johansson. Johansson tried to work it back out to Stuart Armstrong, but Qarabag will try and break. Find Dedrick Boyata now in the centre of the Qarabag half, and in fact Boyata has fouled Danny Quintana, he goes to ground.
But again, you do think that with Celtic's height they'll be looking to be that wee bit more dominant. You know, it was a good header out for the, I think it was Danny Almeida there with a header out, you know, not the biggest.
You can see the delivery into the box, so as you highlighted earlier on, Mick, Sehic, the goalkeeper, doesn't look too comfortably punched at that one, and the return ball again had to be bailed out by his defenders.
Yeah, he doesn't look as if he's got great presence, even though he's a big lad. He doesn't look that confident, you know. With the balls coming in, they've got out of that well, to be fair.
And the ball out to the far side as another break here from Qarabag. The ball up into the middle for Ronaldo, but who's there? Who else but Craig Gordon? It was a speculative ball forward. It was easily dealt with by Craig Gordon, read it well. The Celtic again try and build from the back. Van Dijk has it, sees so much of the ball, the central defender. Now just strolls forward, leaves it for Scott Brown. Brown looks to this near side, Lustig's there, Lustig back to Brown. Brown now carries it over the halfway line. Infield again to Beaton. Beaton, and just searching for an option, he finds Virgil van Dijk. Van Dijk leaves it for Beaton, and again Qarabag all defensive here. Brown now to this near side in the final third of the Qarabag half is Mikael Lustig. Lustig tries to dance away from one, Well, he takes a touch out for a throw-in. Goes for the
one,
quick option there for
it's a hard
for
one
Scott
that
Brown.
for Mikel Lustig. You know, Scott Brown's fizzed it into him wide. He's not really got anywhere to go. He done well to get to win a throw in there, Mikel Lustig, because he was facing the wrong way, the way he had to receive the ball. Just looking for it to move quicker.
Scott Brown, who's back on the ball again, knocks it infield to Beaton. Beaton midway inside the Qarabag half. It's a poor touch from the Israeli, and it allows Danny Quintana to break here. Knocks it out to the far side of the field. El Jadouhi infield. And again, it's Beaton. It's back to the cover, harassing the Qarabag player. But Danny Quintana tried to knock it back down the far touchline, and he was just taken out by Emilio Zagiri. In fact, Emilio Zagiri will be the first player to be booked in this game for that challenge on Quintana.
Yeah, he doesn't need to do it. You know, it's at the halfway line. He's not going anywhere. Just get touch tight with him, force him back the pitch. Instead, he's picked up a yellow card. You know, that's a wee bit naive there from Emilio Zagiri. Again, Qarabag are able to slow the game down. If they can get to half-time, nothing each, they'll be happy.
Well, this is usually where it starts to count here, Mick, as you'll know yourself. The final 10 minutes of this first half here, Qarabag, they're wanting to make sure they get in at all square here, and they can really evaluate the first 45. Celtic, what a time this would be to get the opening goal.
It was the same last week, Kenny, you know, but when you look at the Celtic players' body language just now, you know, the majority of them was hands on hips. They know they've not been as fluent as what they should be. They'll be getting in there a wee bit frustrated just now. They need to play at a higher tempo for me. They need to move the ball quicker, more crisper, find pockets, the wide players, step them off the line. If it's not into them, how can you affect the opposition's fullback?
Well, the whistle's going round Celtic Park there as Danny Quintana had to require a bit more of encouragement from the referee to go to the touchline to get some treatment. In the meantime, Qarabag will get the ball back to the goalkeeper. And it's Hitchell looks to knock it forward. He launches it to this near side. And a miraculous recovery there by Danny Quintana, who's now back onto the field of play. Scott Brown takes a touch at this near side, leaves it for Lustig in the right back position. Forward to Stefan Johansson, just crowded out by two. It looks like Almeida, in fact, was helping out his fellow midfielder Garev. Stefan Johansson certainly has his card marked in this game. They know what he can do and how he can hurt teams. In the meantime, Van Dijk's got forward, squares it into middle for Scott Brown. Scott Brown head up looking for the pass forward. Mackay Stevens infield, lifts it forward to Chiefchi, too much on it. A round of applause from the Turkish striker to his captain, but that was picked up by the goalkeeper. Better from Celtic, Mick.
Yeah, but again, lack of quality in the final third, the final pass. That's what it's got to be better in possession for me. You know, you're in the attacking third, final third. You need to have that wee bit of creativity. You need to have that wee bit of composure to make that final pass, and that's what's letting Celtic down at the moment.
It's Lustig, it takes a touch here as he tried to work it forward, cut out by Almeida. In fact, it was Quintana who does his part of piece and goes to ground there following that challenge from Lustig. And it's going to be a free kick here for Qarabag just inside their own half. There is 38 minutes on the clock here. Qarabag here to frustrate Celtic, and so far so good for the visitors. Celtic do have a couple of half chances that can take in to evaluate at half time, but what a difference a goal would make right now. Qarabag out to the far side on the field of play here. Touch taken by the right back, and ball lifted forward in fact by Kabaranov. The ball breaks here to Quintana. Quintana, middle of the Celtic half, knocks it out to the reverse ball. It's cut out though by Stuart Armstrong. Stefan Johansson lifts it forward, picks up Chiefchi, who had to knock it back to his own halfway line. Armstrong back infield to Beaton. Beaton helps it on now to Boyata. Celtic cross into Qarabag's half. Brown has it now. Brown head up, helps it out to Izagiri, and just far too much on it again from the captain. As the ball goes out for a throw-in to Qarabag. Just that little bit of quality, as we said already.
Yeah, that's what we've spoken about earlier. You know, Brownie's a lot better in possession than what he's shown just now. You know, just lack of concentration. But Emilio Zagiri can make Brownie's mind up a lot quicker. You know, Brownie's trying to play it in front of him for Emilio Zagiri to drive on. And Emilio Zagiri's just he's a wee bit hesitant to drive forward. Whereas when you look at the other side, Mikel Lustig bursting his
self to give. We'll go for lungs there, just as a family show.
Busting his lungs to get forward. Emilio Zagiri can do that a wee bit quicker as well for me.
Well, in the meantime, it's Qarabag who are on the attack here. Ronaldo brushed aside by Virgil van Dijk as the ball was played down this near channel. Although he's got the break of the ball, it's out for a throw into Qarabag just in front of the home dugout. Ronnie Dyla stands.
That's the one thing when you look at Celtic's two centre backs, Kenny, you know, they do that really, really well. The two full backs can push high, because when you look at Dedrick Boyata and Virgil van Dijk, they've got good strength, good pace, they're comfortable defending 1v1 or 2v1.
Well, a wholehearted challenge here from Stefan Johansson on Ronaldo, but he got 100% of the ball. The
Absolutely,
referee,
you know, again, the referee's slowing the place. He's slowing the game down too much for me, you know. There's some good tackles going in for Celtic players, and again, they're getting penalised for it.
Ball back to Husinov. Celtic continue to press here. We've seen it so much. Celtic under Ronnie Dyla, it's a huge part, and Celtic almost get the reward here. Chichi gets possession back, he's inside left channel, he's up against Husinov, goes for the byline, early ball into the middle. It's picked out by the captain, who still hasn't got it cleared yet, and he's done well to play it out from the back. Well, that was a half chance for Celtic. Well done there by Chiefchi. Read the play well, but in the meantime Ronaldo breaks down the middle here, and that's a great recovery challenge from Boyata. He misses the ball though, it's back out to the far side to El Jadouhi. El Jadouhi, he's in the box at the far side on his left foot, lifts it into the middle to the back post, it's over the top, and it drifts out for a goal kick, but that was dangerous from Celtic there.
Yeah, you know, it looked as if Dedrick Boyata had done well to win the ball back, you know, but the ball just breaks through, and thankfully for Celtic, the Qarabag two wide players aren't blessed with great height, because it was a 77 was free at the back post. You know, Celtic just need to be a wee bit careful just now. You know, they don't need to go gung-ho just now. Just need to be a better possession, better quality in the final third.
Perhaps a bit more composure as well, yeah, from Celtic under the glare here of the lights have just been switched on at Celtic Park, and it's a well won free kick there by Stuart Armstrong. Clever play there, in fact, up against Kubaranov, because as the ball was played in to Stuart Armstrong, he just felt the defender at his back, just took the touch and got the foul. So what we'll set up here in the inside left channel at the far side of the field, sitting an in-swinger here from Stuart Armstrong, is a good free kick for Celtic. Chiefchi makes his way into the box, as does Virgil van Dijk, Dedrick Boyata, Nir Baton and Mikael Lustig. Lurking 25 yards from goal is Gary Mackay-Steven. Celtic have loaded the penalty area here because, as Mick's touched on, we do have the height advantage. We'll see what Celtic can do from here.
Yeah, they'll try to keep a high line, you know, and good bit of quality in here, and Celtic, one of the bigger lads, could definitely get in the end of
Johansson into the middle here. It's picked out by the goalkeeper though. It was the right idea from Celtic, trying to put it right on top of the goalkeeper, but in fairness he's done well, and he's almost kick-started a counter-attack as Emilio Izaguirre mopped that one up.
Great first
and
touch.
In fact he's worked it all the way well to Chiefchi. Chiefchi knocks it out to the far side. Chiefchi quick feet, just too many players there in front of him, but that is a shocking decision here by the referee. As the ball ran forward from Nadir Chiefchi, he slid in to get it away from Danny Quintana, who went to ground, and the referee's blown for a foul there. And subsequently after that, Stefan Johansson has went in quite tough on, I think it's Kubaranov, and the referee's held up play once again.
Shocking, you know, good tackle from Nadir Sifty again. Good hunger and desire to win the ball back. He's gave possession away, but his reaction was excellent, keeps the pressure on. And again, the referee's given the opportunity for the Qarabag players just to slow the game down and can I take the wind out of Celtic's sail a wee bit?
Well, the referee is not exactly covered himself in glory here, because that was just battling play in the first instance from Nadir Chiefchi. He was up against three Qarabag players and he was just not giving up on the ball. To blow for a foul from that one was ridiculous, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And again, it gives the ascendancy, puts the ascendancy back in Qarabag again, gives him the ascendancy.
And the ball back out with Qarabag. Kubaranov knocks it down the far side. El Jadouhi takes on Van Dijk for paces away from him, but he loses his footing, and Van Dijk can recover right at the corner flag. El Jadouhi then pulls him to the ground, and Virgil van Dijk is furious with the referee and the official because he's given a foul against Virgil van Dijk and booked him. The referee is having an absolute shocker here this evening. There's no other way to put it.
Poor decision again. Virgil van Dijk was a wee bit slack there, a wee bit sloppy. You know, he should deal with it early. But again, he's just used his body by the looks of things there to shove the 77 off. You know, the boy tagging F, you know, but the referee's got to do better than that. Surely the linesman's 4 yards from it, he's got to see it, you know.
Well, that was a bizarre decision. It's just midway between the box and the corner flag, this free kick. And it would suit an in-swinger here from the Qarabags, Almeida. So a chance here with a minute to go of the regulation 45 for Qarabag. Almeida stands over the ball. Almeida to the front post, punched away by Craig Gordon. Well, it was more just a forearm of the Celtic goalkeeper that sniffed that one out, but that was a good delivery by Almeida.
Yeah, he's been excellent so far, Richard Almeida. Playing in the middle of the park there, very, very comfortable in possession, his left-hand side. Good quality again, but...
And also Almeida gets to handle the ball well, it seems, as the torch paper's been lit here, as the ball over the top looking for Chiefchi, and again another Qarabag player goes to ground. Well, all the antics have been rolled out here at Celtic Park tonight, but in between all that there'll be 2 minutes of added time, and you can just see there's a bit of friction between the two sides here, Mick.
Yeah, you can see, and the referee's not done much to help it, to be honest. You know, he's kind of ignited it. That's what it looks like to me. You know, he's got to be stronger. He's got to be stronger to get the Qarabag players to stay on their feet, you know, and just let them play.
Quintana picks the ball up on the halfway line, tried to work it forward, only finds Scott Brown. Played out to Beaton, back into Brown. This is good from Celtic. Quick play, get the tempo high once again. Van Dijk to Boyata in the centre circle, finds Beaton. Beaton head up, looks for the crossfield pass and picks out Stuart Armstrong. A wonderful ball, it just misread by the Celtic wide man. It bounces out for a throw in to Qarabag. A thumbs up there from Stuart Armstrong. It was the right idea. And again, Celtic just taking their eye off the ball for a wee second here.
Even at that, Kenny, you know, Stefan Johansson and Nadir Sifty, they're not given an option just now. They're not given a threat in behind, which is allowing Qarabag's back four to stay compact and stay narrow. If one of them makes that run, it creates that space in front of you for then the other one to come and link the play, and you've also then get the option of a switch of play. Just now, both of them are too static. They've been easy to play against.
Well, as we have 30 or so seconds left of the added time, you'd imagine it will be the Qarabag manager who's the happier of the two at half time.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Celtic they've not really got down the sides enough for me, and when they have get down the sides, the quality into the box hasn't been good enough.
And it's Craig Gordon. He takes a touch there, and it's back to Boyata. Forward to Beaton just inside his own half. Boyata encouraged to get forward here on the halfway line. And with that, the first 45 minutes of a frustrating UEFA Champions League qualifying tie is drawn to a close here at Celtic Park. It ends here, Celtic 0, Qarabag 0 at half time. And Mick, your thoughts in the first 45?
Yeah, a wee bit frustrating for Celtic so far. You know, for me, they've not played at high enough tempo and possession. The moment when they win the ball back, that moment of transition, you know, I think they can look to get into better areas quicker and look to get the ball into their better players a lot quicker than what they're doing just now. Qarabag, you can see how comfortable they are in possession. You can see they're a very good side. They're not overawed by the situation whatsoever. Their two centre backs are composed in possession, but they've not really been tested defensively. Because of that, they're looking probably better players than what they actually are. I think Emilio Izaguirre can certainly get higher quicker. They can shift the ball for Scott Brown and near Beaton to the wider areas quicker, and then make the defenders defend, put balls into the box, give them an opportunity, and Nadir Shifty and the Gana Mackay-Steven to come in to attack something, because what that will allow it to do is the next time the ball goes into wider areas, Qarabag's back four will then drop, and then you can look to be intricate, play it into the striker's feet, get rotational play for your midfielders and support penetrating runs for Stuart Armstrong. But just now, Celtic are too easy to play against for me.
Well, that's the assessment of the first 45 from former Celtic captain Stephen McManus, and of course we've got another 45 minutes coming right up for you in just a moment or so. But before that, we'll have a quick look back at another interesting point in Celtic's history, as believe it or not, it was 20 years ago that Andy Tom first signed at Celtic, breaking the Celtic's transfer record at that point. And as he remembers his signing at Celtic Park, we can look back with a classic interview as he recalls his first arrival in paradise.
Okay, Andreas, let's take you back to 1995 and the move to here from